Rennie, the analyser. How have you enjoyed the gig?
I've loved it, Keith. I've really enjoyed being part of footy again. It's been a while since I've been involved at this level, so to be in the box and commenting on it's been great fun.
Gee, it's been a hard year to analyse in a way, because in terms of the local sides, it was all about how they lost.
Yeah, it was, and probably in a way that's one of the easier things to do is look at reasons why teams lost. But working out a team's strengths, certainly coming into the finals, I think there's some very intriguing, and you'd have to do a little bit of research to try and work out where some of the teams are going to get it over the others. And I really can't wait for the finals. I think it's going to be some of the best quality of teams in the finals. I really think it goes right down to the bottom with teams that could possibly win against the top four. So
unlike other years where you can say, oh, well, 6, 7 and 8, they can say goodbye.
Yeah.
You reckon that people like, well, West Coast, Essendon, Carlton, you see them actually being able to shake them up?
Well, they are, and Sydney beat Geelong at home, and St Kilda have been there for the last 2 years, so you can't write them off. So
and they've had a sort of season in 2 halves, haven't they? They're still coming.
It took a long time for them to get themselves moving, but I mean, what a great effort to get where they have. So they've got some momentum. Keith.
So if it isn't the big two, who's your smoky?
I don't think that they'll get there, but I love Sydney. I love the fact that they're like they're out here somewhere. All the rest of the sides are over here, because the way that they play is, I mean, it takes a lot of discipline. It's just a different style of footy.
They've been playing finals footy all year in a way.
All year, and so are they? I think they're prepared to play against these better sides. So the fact that they got over Geelong, maybe there's a bit of confidence that they might have got out of that could carry them through. I mean, a smoky, I'm putting Swans as a smoky, Geelong though to win the flag.
So the Geelong-Collingwood game, what did you take out of that freakish affair?
Geelong came off the Sydney match, maybe looking to put out a bit of a warning, and there was a few things said in the media that they thought they were more skillful than Collingwood, and I think Collingwood were certainly looking towards next week. So if you know what proud sides are like after they get beaten well, then Collingwood should come out with steam this weekend. I think that everyone thinks that West Coast will beat them, but I would not write out Collingwood. I think that Mick Moldhouse prepares a side as well as any in the AFL, and I think that it's just going to be a great game of football. And the Geelong Hawthorn is just going to be unbelievable as well.
Yeah. Let's go back to the local sides. What did you take out of the year for both sides?
That physically, probably both sides aren't up to scratch in regards to being able to compete against the best in the competition. Certainly from Adelaide's point of view, structurally, the way that they play the game has been superseded, and opposition sides have found the key to beating Adelaide, and their inability to adapt it means that they've got a lot of work to do. Port, on the other hand, look, I don't think they're that far away from each other at the moment. I know that 4 wins is 4 wins, between the two, but where they sit on the ladder, I don't think it's a real. I think both sides are a long way back, and they're going to have to do a lot of work to get themselves up. And that's not just to make the finals, but to think that they could push for the big one eventually.
Yeah. As a Crow supporter, I've got to say it was staggering to see some days how it looked like they hadn't even turned up. How do you explain that?
I always believe that the players vote with their actions on the what's happening within the club, and there wasn't there was no passion, and there was no desperation in a lot of the games, and the results, what it's been, it is what it is, and they've got an opportunity now to really rejuvenate that football club and really put everything in place to bring it up to scratch again.
Matt Primus, they didn't turn up for him some days either, so can he find something without maybe he's got to have changes around him as well?
I think in a footy club, sometimes things need to happen a certain way to be able to get past it. You can't get past these things immediately. It's got to evolve. You can't rush kids getting games. They can only get them week by week. And I actually thought that the way that Port Adelaide finished the season was an enormous fillip for that whole young group that are now committed to the club to go on and have something to build for. They've had a terrible year, PR-wise. It's not been a great year of football, but if they can get everything right in the off-season and, stop the innuendo and stop the discussions about, anything bar the football and get there competitive and get them fit and get them out on park, then, hopefully they can climb up as well.
Got a brown light?
Oh, I'm going Ablett.
Oh, not Juddy.
No, I know that they only won 3 games, but I mean he was getting 40 touches sometimes a game. Like, he was just an unbelievable year of football.
How about that first quarter here at Adelaide?
Well, I look at that game, and even though they lost, he was clearly the best player on the field, and I think that there would be a numerous amount of games where he was clearly the best player, even though they didn't win. So I'm tipping that he's going to poll really well. Whether he wins it or not, who knows?
And we don't know yet. It's the FIVEaa Champions night. In some ways, is this maybe a little easier to pick than some years?
I would say Thompson would be impossible to beat.
Sheer weight of touches.
Sheer weight of consistency.
Yeah.
I don't think any other player has been as consistent as Scott Thompson this year.
So you're looking forward to next year already, or do you need a break?
I'm going to need a bit of a relief from footy. I have really enjoyed it. I go right through with the radio Sunday Mail and also Channel 10 with the finals, and really, I've been asked to do the lead up to the Carlton Essendon game. So, to really get into the finals footy is what it's all about.
We're looking forward to the analyser going right through to the grand final. Thanks, mate.
Good on you, mate.